Good afternoon, Fairgrove, Missouri. This is your fellow anchorman, Carl Farts, reporting for... Cut. Good afternoon, Fairgrove High School. This is your fellow anchorman, Carl Farts, reporting for duty. We're going to be going over plenty of important details this segment. We're going to cover Stuco Monster Mash.
Student Council was very successful this year in hosting the Monster Mash. We had a lot more of an outcome than what we thought that we would for the first time ever having the event. Some things that we had at the Monster Mash was cornhole, 9 square, we had a huge inflatable obstacle course, and then we had laser tag, pizza, and then the haunted hallway, which was the main attraction.
Closer to the end of the haunted house when they used the chainsaw. It wasn't expected, and it was really loud in the small hallways. It was a fun event. Everybody there was having a great time, and there wasn't a bad mood anywhere you could see, and it was really fun.
Look at these.
Oh, okay. I like that. It's following through. Oh, yeah. Hello, Mr.
Can I go out the door?
Fairgrove's 2021 Monster Mash was a successful event put on for the first time by Stuco. Stuco is likely looking to continue the event next year and for many years to come.
Well, I was at that Stuco Monster Mash, and that was a real scare. Well, on to our next segment about speech and debate in Fairgrove.
Whoa, I wonder what's over here. Speech and debate? I wonder what that is.
We compete against area schools in public speaking tournaments. I've got some really excellent students that are working on some special projects right now. I'm really excited because Anna is with us, and she's doing a whole speech, an informative speech about pizza and how Americans have gotten pizza wrong. Really funny, a lot of good jokes, and it really talks about her culture, which we so much enjoy in class. Lucas Crutcher has brought he's looking at family farms and how they're struggling and actually failing right now, and what we can do as a country to bring that family farmer back. It's so much a part of our culture, it's a part of our country, and I'm so pumped about that. Cooper and Stephanie have a hilarious duo. It's musical theater, but it's musical theater in juvie. Super funny. If anybody could watch it just for fun, you should. And I'm also really, really pumped about another exchange student. We have Katie. She's working with Kat. They've got a duo that is about a female prison guard and how that undermines a human psyche and just tortures them until they become someone totally different. It's really intense drama. Fantastic.
In speech and debate, I participate in 2 events so far. I might take on extra ones. Right now I'm doing a duet acting scene with Lucas Crutcher, where we both are portraying play episodes from 24, the Ultimate Series. And I also do an HI called The Radio Play Disaster that follows Harlan Bean, who's trying to put on the next big radio play that completely goes heels up whenever it turns out the cast and crew are completely incapable of carrying out his artistic vision.
Right now in speech and debate, I'm doing a duo with Cooper Zumwalt. It is an HI duo, which is like a humorous interpretation. And basically our duo is about this girl named Angie who kind of thinks she's in a musical, but she's also in juvie at the same time. And it's just this whole entire thing and all of their accomplishments and what they do throughout the entire course of the story.
Me personally, one of my favorite events is dramatic interpretation, where you try to make your judge cry. Not actually, but it's supposed to be sad and really dramatic.
My favorite part about speech and debate is watching my students grow in confidence, increase their ability to articulate and speak their mind, and just watching them compete and enjoy that healthy competition.
My favorite part about speech and debate is probably getting to meet new people from all around the district and just have a bunch of fun while also expressing what I want to do with the world.
My favorite part about speech and debate is going to the tournaments and competing against other people. And it's not necessarily for the competitive nature of it. I really enjoy being able to to watch other people perform and have them watch my performances, because it's just a good time usually of everyone supporting each other and us all having a fun time laughing at the different pieces all of us choose.
We have 2 upcoming tournaments. Our first is the 13th at Marion C. Early. It's going to be a really awesome tournament, very competitive. Every year we do very well. I'm super excited about that one. After that, we're going to go to Bolivar, very large tournament, probably 26 to 30 schools will be in attendance. A lot of competition. It's going to be a really big fight for us.
Man, I'm so glad I got informed about speech and debate.
Next up, we got some pumpkin carving for you. It was pretty interesting to me, so I'll let y'all have a look.
The PTO Pumpkin Carving Contest is a friendly competition between teachers. They decorate the pumpkins with their 8th-hour students and place it outside their doors. The winners received a pizza party. Let's take a look at some of the entries. Here's what the middle school winner, Mr. Kaufman, has to say.
So how we decided on the pumpkin, we had a couple of different options and we just decided to vote for the Death Star. We thought that was the coolest one, so. Okay, so the kids' favorite part of the pumpkin carving contest was just basically taking all the guts outside of the pumpkin.
Now let's hear from our high school winner, Mrs. Feldman.
Our pumpkin, we had an original idea that was kind of themed towards our football team, but that got vetoed and turned down. So we kind of had a last minute scramble, and so Chiefs was an obvious choice. I decided to become more involved because I'm part of PTO now, and we're just trying to have the high school a little bit more integrated in it and trying to have participation in all of the grade levels for these activities.
Thank you for watching the segment over pumpkin carving. Now on to Netflix's most popular TV shows.
Squid Game is a South Korean survival drama television series on Netflix. The series revolves around a contest where 456 players in deep financial debt put their lives at risk to play a series of children's games for the chance to win a $45.6 billion prize.
Yeah, Squid Games was a good one. I definitely binged watched it, and I watched it in a total of 3 days. Yeah, so Squid Games is definitely going to be the number 3 spot on my list, probably right behind Outer Banks and All American. Yeah, I definitely think my favorite character was player 457, which was the main character. I like him a lot because it showed his background of his family. It really shapes the show in a different way, and the storyline is basically based on him and his debt that he was in.
Money Heist is a Netflix original Spanish crime drama television series. The series traces 2 long-prepared heists led by the professor, one on the Royal Mint of Spain and one on the Bank of Spain, told from the perspectives of one of the robbers, Tokyo. The narrative is told in a real-time fashion and relies on flashbacks, time jumps, and hidden character motivations.
My favorite character is the professor because he's the minds behind all the operations and he kind of just makes all the plans for everything.
Hello fellow Fairgrovians. I hope you enjoyed the Netflix segment. Next up is all about our band. Fun fact, just learned how to play the marimba.
Up next we have our Fairgrove band update. In their last competition they placed 3rd at Reed Springs and qualified for finals. Sadly, finals were rained out. Let's see what Zoe Hutman has to say about her senior year in band.
My favorite part about being drum major is all the people that I've been meeting. I'm on the field accepting the awards, so I get to meet all the other drum majors, and I've made a lot of cool experiences and met a lot of really cool people. My leadership role is really important to me because I like being able to show people in the band that what they're doing really does matter and that it really is important to other people and that what they're doing really does make an impact to the community. The band prepares for Friday nights by rehearsing pep charts, and we also usually do early morning rehearsals so that we can run through our show.
The band does a great job supporting our Eagles in every activity. As football is coming to a close, here's what Easton Belts has to say about Friday nights.
What I'm going to miss about Friday nights is just getting ready with everyone right before the game, listening to music, and I'm going to miss the phenomenal booster food. I take pride in Fairgrove because I've grown up here all my life, and being a part of the band is just another thing about how I support my community and how I love it here.
Finally, with a special tribute to the band, our athletes would like to thank you for supporting them all season long. Here is Oakland Wayne Morrison and Lucas Crutcher.
They're always there to cheer us on and make sure that we have a great game and to cheer on the crowd and make sure they have a good time too. I'm proud to be part of this community and to be an Eagle. The band makes us feel special. Thank you.
I'm thankful for the band because they always show up to all the football games and play amazing music that keeps me energized, and they're always hype. Like, you can always hear them yelling from the stands, and I just think they bring a great energy to the school because of how excited they are and the music that they play.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. That is our band update for the week.
Oh, hey there. Thank you for joining in for our last segment. This next segment is going to be about the middle school FCA and the new club called the Crew. It's like Jolt, but just a little spin-off.
Next up are groups, middle school FCA and Crew. Student athletes and teachers gather together to impact the community and share the Word of God. FCA is led by teachers Miss Martin and Mr. and Mrs. Roebke.
My favorite thing about FCA is, especially this year, because last year with COVID, it was a little bit different. We had to start super early and then be done by like 7:20. But this year we're able to go a little bit later. So we've been having a lot more kids show up. So my favorite thing is about 7:30 in the morning when I can just look around and we've got 25 or 30 kids just kind of sitting there listening to either Coach Martin or myself or reading through the devotional that we have for the day. The biggest thing that I hope students get from these meetings is that they leave feeling empowered to live for Jesus, that they know that it's okay to be a Christian in this world today, and that Coach Martin and myself can help them just understand that they have nothing to be ashamed about when living for Jesus. Personally, FCA for me, it's very impactful. I know that I was able to be a part of FCA in high school. My wife was able to be a part of it in middle school and high school, and it's actually where she was saved in her FCA. So FCA just in general means a lot to me, and to be able to hopefully have the impact on students that I know, leaders that I've had in the past or that my wife had in the past, had on our lives, it's just really a satisfying feeling.
FCA stands for Fellowship of Christian Athletes. They meet every Thursday morning to eat together and listen to a speaker share their story. Along with the middle school, our high school has a similar club known as Crew. Here are some of the crew members with their experiences with the club.
My hope for students that join the Crew is that they would come to a greater understanding of who Jesus is and maybe even learn a different perspective for the better.
Crew is students reaching out to other students about the gospel, and it's basically telling other students about Jesus and about Christ and about God and how He is our Father and how we are made, basically just all about the Bible.
Our next meeting will be November 5th at 7:35 in the morning. It's going to be in the gym, GPD, Jam Parade Donuts, and we hope to see you there. We will have a special guest, so stay tuned.
It makes me feel glad about myself and glad to know that other people are knowing the word of gospel, and it helps me know that I'm being obedient to what God wants. And I have a passage right here from Mark 16. He said to them, "Go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation." And that basically just tells me that what I'm doing in Crew is also helping spread the word of creation.
Come join the FCA or Crew at their next meeting.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Now on to our next segment, the sports update. Let's go! Yeah!
First up is our cross-country team. The cross-country team competed in districts with 2 qualifying runners, Canyon Crowley and Nolan Guides, making it to state. We asked Nolan, how does it feel to qualify for state?
It feels really great to qualify for state, and I'm just excited for the future, and I'm just excited to go to Columbia and just have the experience.
I got a PR last meet. It was 18:33, and I'm hoping to keep progressing for state. We've been training a lot lately and trying to keep getting ready for state.
Our soccer boys are 11-8 along with 1 tie for the 2021 season. They competed in districts on November 2nd against New Covenant Academy, and the final score was 2-1. They played in the district championship on November 4th against College Heights. The football team continues to hold a strong record of 10-0. The district semifinals will be held at Fairgrove against Mount Vernon on November 5th.
Okay, so I mean, of course, I think we have a really good chance of beating Lamar. I mean, we went 9-0, and this is probably the best season I've ever seen out of Fairgrove so far. Our line's great. Of course, we got a great QB and our running backs. We have a pretty dang good chance. And Mount Vernon will be the game to dictate whether or not how close we are compared to each other. So my favorite game that we've played all year is probably Stratford, just because it's a rival school, but the fact that they were talking crap, even called out our coach on the field and still talking it, but we came out and put it to him right away. Even after the game, they were talking bad trash on us. And we still put up 52 points on them.
Both basketball jamborees are being held at Marshfield November 16th. Girls go against Waynesville and Marshfield, and the boys go against Central and Marshfield. We interviewed Allison Finley and Jackson Rowden and asked them what they think this upcoming season will look like.
So I am most excited for the team bonding. We already have like a slumber party planned at Brady's house, and I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. And then season-wise, I think the freshmen coming up and just the people who we've already had, I think there's a lot of energy. And I think that we're going to be a quick team, and we'll be able to run out our opponents, get up and down the floor on press and everything like that. So I'm really excited. I think that we have a good future ahead of us. So yeah.
So what I'm looking forward to most of the season is just getting back on the court, getting some shots up, getting ready for the season, and even though we're supposed to take it one game at a time, getting back to districts and hopefully taking it all the way this year. I believe our season's going to be good this year. We're returning everybody, so that helps a lot. And we had a pretty good season last year, but the teams that we couldn't beat, they had a lot of seniors that this year they're not going to have, and we brought everybody back, and we're going to beat them this year.